Hi, everybody. Welcome. Happy to be here. Wasn't feeling the best last week, so I had to skip the live stream. So I'm excited to be here today. Got some stuff planned. Should be fun. Some Astro work. You guys, if you've been here before, you know I like to work on Astro here on the stream. Get to play around with a few technologies. So glad you're here. Let's see. So I got a few things planned. The main thing that I'm going to be focused on is just making my homepage more interesting. So I think it'll be fun to let people see how I design things, because, and how I think about marketing, because, as developers, we don't often have that skill. Oh, well, that went out. So you don't always have that skill as a developer, right? Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. And I happen to be someone who is pretty good at design. So, there we go. So it'll be fun. We'll do some stuff today. Let's see. Let's get us here. So we're live. And so my website right now is super boring, in my opinion. And so we've got my dev workflow intro, which if you haven't seen this course, go check it out. It's really great. And I love this image, and it's fun, and it's doing the job it needs to do. But if you come here and you go to the homepage, like, who am I? Why would you be here? Like, why does this matter? Right? What are you going to learn by being here? And so right now it's very small homepage. It's got this little hero section for the course, and then just a handful of recent posts. And that's it. That's all the homepage is. So I have some ideas that I think will be fun to look at. Let's see, homepage makeover. And so we got our before. And so the things that I'm thinking about right now are, I don't think I have it on this page. The things that I have are like showing projects that I've done, showing who I am at the very top, and we'll take a little bit of inspiration. So we're gonna look at, let's see, who do I like the most? Chris. I can never spell his name, too many B's. I think Chris has a sharp site. I think Marie Forleo has a great site. Let's see, who else comes to mind? Ooh, her website changed again. I don't think I'll be this flashy, but I want to be able to tell people that I stream. Thanks. So shout out from, so I'll be at NeoVimConf. Thanks for the shout out. I'm excited. I'll be talking about an underrated motion that I think everyone should be using. And my light, I just went dark again. Weird. Key light. Oh, I think it's lost its connection. That's all right. We'll have some fun in the dark here. I can give myself some light from this side. Does this look bad? Are we getting artsy over here? Yeah, this is fine. A little overhead light never hurt anybody. But yeah, NeoVimConf is going to be really fun. So I hope that you can come. It's free. Boom, there's me. So December 8th. Got some cool speakers. One of the guys that's a core maintainer, Justin, Primogen, and TJ are emceeing again this year, and your boy is on the list. So this will be fun. And so I want something more obvious, even like this, like, right, this is pretty obvious. This is the conference, this is the day. When we look at things like Chris's site, he kind of sells something. You don't have to live your life the way others expect. So he's, this is a very impactful book in my life. I really like this book. And he's doing it quick, like, hey, I got a weekly newsletter, so go ahead and sign up for that. And he's a published author, so he's published a lot. He has these topics, which I do something similar on my site, and then he's an author, so he writes books. And so I kind of want to follow the same suit. Let's see Marie's site. So Marie says, create a business and life you love. So she has like a slogan, sort of a catchphrase, as you will. And again, she's trying to sell a free thing. I know it may sound counterintuitive, but that's kind of the approach to good marketing. And then here, boom, hey, I'm Marie. She's definitely like big into style, and she's like a YouTuber, does a lot of podcasting too, if people aren't familiar with her. And so, this is a very brief, although she wants you to text her now. That's kind of fun. And then, of course, this would probably take you to the About page. Yeah. But she's got more. You might have seen me on these things. I've had stuff like this up before. I haven't decided yet if I want to add something like that back to my site. But like, there's some fairly notable like online stuff that I've written for. And so we'll see. You guessed it, a book. Maybe I should write a book, right? And then the podcast is like what she's known for. So they've done a really good job here. And I kind of love this approach, like this style. The layout's really interesting too. I plan on sticking to Wednesday nights for quite some time. So I'm really thinking that I might push for people to subscribe to Twitch and or to YouTube so that they can catch those live streams, which is what we're doing now, which I think is a really fun way to get to know people and hang out. And then finally, success stories. I have a Discord server. I know some of you are on it. Maybe all of you are on it. And I definitely am wanting to add testimonials soon. I think that goes a long way. And so, yeah, those are the pieces. That's what's on my mind. So the question now is like what to put now. So I think we'll just start kind of designing and we'll see where it goes. I think we could just do something like this. We'll make this a little smaller. Can you guys see all right? Give me a thumbs down or shout out if you can't see something clearly. We'll restart the server just in case. Ooh, I've already got a weird breakpoint issue. So this is definitely an awkward breakpoint, so I'm not like married on it. And so my first thought is this hero is, I don't know, it's only so helpful. It's in components, Dev Workflow Intro Guide. So now we want like, maybe I'll make a homepage section or a sections and about me.astro. So we're going to make this a section, and we might as well just index about me. Section/about me. Is this, do I need to export something? Oh, maybe I can't have an empty front matter. .astro. Well, that would do it, wouldn't it, chat? All right, so here we go. Make sure that's visible. Oh, where does that show up? All right, so this is the idea. We will be adding an image. We'll add each one. And then I've got this. Yeah, I know images are defined. Astro assets. Okay, it is a named variable. That's fine. And I've already got an image and it wants all the things. So we'll give it to it. Width, I don't know, 500. Height, 500. So I've actually already got an image. The question now is, in my site, I think I put it in the public folder. Public. Boom. So we're just going to use this image everywhere. And this is in the root. So there we go. So we'll give it some structure and we'll get this shaped up in no time. But what I was going to say is this thing, I kind of like my slogan and my site title. So in the footer, I have the same information. Site title. Part of me thinks that maybe I should move this to a variable as well. So we'll go into config. Oh yeah, we got a site description. So let's just make this cool. So we've got our site title and our site description. So I'm just going to import from config. Can I do it that way? So we'll do this site title, site description. But I'm having issues with the LSP. I had issues with that earlier today. I mean, I can go to Mason and we can see if Astro has an update, which I'm not seeing. All right, so let's give this some shape. So I guess the body itself needs like, we have like I have a wrapper component, which I should probably use. Wrapper. So we'll go ahead and use that. And then this guy will need to be in a div. And this has to go up. Oh, I'm in components. All this relative stuff is not helping me. Components. Yeah, sweet. Now, where's the text? We know it's got rendered, but we can't see it. Oh yeah, so there's this overlapping issue, and I definitely need to solve for that. So if this is 500 by 500, maybe we change it up a little, and then we'll start doing, I don't know, maybe some flexbox stuff, or we could do some grid stuff. Sweet. And then this dev workflow intro is this stuff. Okay, come on, copy. I don't like using the mouse. Let me copy. Go a little bit bigger with that. Leading toit. Leading toit. Part of me wonders if like this is going to be easier to work with. What do you guys think? I can see a little bit better. That's interesting. I really just want to see that section, so as long as it's visible and you guys can still see. All right, so let's just do a little align center, or no. And this is where it's like going to be really interesting to try to deal with. I think we can probably do some sort of max width on the text. And then as a whole, there's something playing up with this. What is it? So we have a container. Is it my relative class? So I'm not setting anything relative on this, although there's a chance the way in which the image is rendered might need to be specified. So maybe we do like class block. Huh. Always fun trying to deal with this kind of stuff. I do know that the actual element, this element is an SVG that's absolutely positioned to the relative parent. So for those that aren't familiar with how that works, but it should be honoring this section of the code. So maybe we'll just add some padding and margin to this section and see padding, I don't know, 16. That'll help, but there's still something going on that it doesn't want to play nice. But fun fact, I can do gap, which works with most modern browsers, which my target audience, I'm going to say, is using a modern browser. I did a project 2 years ago and I used Gap and they were like, it doesn't work. Like the gaps aren't there. It looks weird. And I was like, yeah, you're using like a 7-year-old Android phone, like on Opera browser or something. So that was fun. So if this is the wrapper on the actual item, so I think I need to, rather than just item center, I need to items justifies center. That'll put everything in the middle. But we need to figure out why this container, so this is my main body, and there is a relative class on the body, but I still think that there's something going on with my footer. The negative margin top, how about that? That would do it. So we will just look for this guy. So this is somewhere. I think it had to do with when the header was overlapping. Is there a header overlapping on the home page? Oh, I could. So for those that are wondering like how I achieve this effect, this is static. So the fact that I have this greenish color, hopefully you can see it in stream here, blending in with the header and then this section, if we repeat it now, like with the pink, it goes all the way up here, pink and below, and blue and yellow, and these are all the different topics that I talk about, or the way that I've grouped my posts. And so I'm guessing the homepage, there's something else going on here, where hide CTA true, overlap on header true. That's what it is. Okay. So if I turn that off, this is my hero section. And when I have it overlap on header, it takes this like grid system and it margin negatives it up so that it hits the top of the site. And I just have an exact pixel amount that I've measured. And so that's what that negative margin is. But for now, we're gonna not do it that way. So we get rid of that. And so now I get to kind of play with the code. I don't love the way that it doesn't take up very much space yet. So maybe we go bigger. Maybe we go like text 6XL. And maybe these guys, it's like, I don't know. Text XL, text, I don't know, 3XL. No. No. Yeah, that feels good. Am I happy with the amount of space it takes up? No. I don't really know how I would change this. I do know that I want to probably show all the social icons somewhere here. We could just start with some more spacing, I guess. So instead of 16, we'll go somewhere bigger. 32. All right, it's a starting point. Miles coming in with a question. Yeah, how often do I leak code? Do I find them valuable, right? So I don't leak code. I don't really do it live, and I don't spend much of my free time doing it. I know that most, especially bigger companies, kind of want you to do it to get a sense of if you know how to do complex problems. I don't really know why they do it, but they do. And so I can see for getting a job that you have to learn those leak code stuff. I was a front-end developer when I started, and so I spent a lot of my time getting jobs based off of how I could make things look and my ability to use React and things like that. And so now I have enough of a portfolio that I'm not reaching for leak code much anymore. When I'm trying to find a new job, I usually network, and I do recommend good networking to find a good job. But so personally, I don't find it valuable. That's the short answer, is I don't personally find it too valuable, but I recognize that it's something that people want. And so just something that you have to think about. I had a buddy who got a Fortune 500 job, and he worked really hard at leak code stuff in order to, land the job. So I hope that helps. All right, so I guess I'll just focus on maybe a list of the weekly live streams would be good. I think that might be the best place to do now. So I wanted potentially a live button, but for now we will just call this homepage makeover. And I feel like there's a place to put a link here. Where would this link go? What would it talk about is the big question. But yeah, you're good, Miles. Feel free to ask whatever questions you want. That's why I'm here, just hanging out, coding and talking. So we'll do like, I don't know, learn more. Maybe we'll start with that. Text, Excel. Text primary 500. Add a little margin bottom to this. Balance it out. So that's about me. I also think I could revamp the about page because I'm not selling you on anything. I'm just kind of telling you about who I am. So maybe some like follow me on social media or check my next live stream. Like that's kind of the things going through my head now. Cool. Miles is asking another good question. So let's talk about it for a sec. As I sort of, my brain is turning about what I want to do with this design. So I think it's called Dashboard now. As of LazyVim 10, they switched to this plugin, and I just enabled false. And this just lives in my plugins folder under a dashboard.lua file, and I just say, hey, this thing, enable false. And that's it. So now if I were to open up NeoVim, it literally just, there's nothing here. It's just the default, state. So that's what I do. And then if I hit Command F, it opens up live grep, and I can search, do a grep string match here. Excuse me. Yep. And so that's all I had to do. Now you're asking about Telescope. confirmation for leaving the unsaved file. I only have issues on when I am closing NeoVim and I haven't saved one of the buffers. At that point, the noise, I think it's the noise library that gives me a nice little prompt that says, are you sure you want to continue? You've changed his code, and I'll just show you. So if I go here and I do this and I try to quit, oh, that's going to write and quit. Let's try that again. Dashboard. And I quit, it's going to go, hey, do you want to save changes to this? And I can do Y, N, or C. So that works super well. And the way that I do lazy git is I hit Command G, and it pops up lazy git as a separate tmux window. But what's great is if I hit Q, I just go back to whatever window I was on before. So maybe our workflows are different, but that's my way around. I don't like the lazy git pop-up. I like having it be the full screen. So that's just my preferences. Oof. I wonder if this light is ever going to stay on. We're having trouble today. So hopefully those tips help. I'm happy to talk more about NeoVim and stuff if you guys feel like it. I know that that's a hot topic on my channel, and it's a lot of what I do. But I'm also down for some suggestions. Part of me was thinking of a larger photo. So in the past, I had a very big, pretty beautiful 16:9 photo of me at my computer with like my mechanical keyboard. And so it was a little bit of a nerdier setup, which I enjoyed. And so I could bring that photo back or take a new one soon. Changing my font. Yeah, it is the default font, isn't it? I don't know what kind of font I want to replace it with, though. Do you want me to replace this font? I don't know if you're teasing me about my NeoVim font or my website font. I can hit Command R and look at this. Oh, it changes, it changes, it changes. That one's nice and crispy. Oh. My terminal font. You didn't like my Comic Sans-esque font? But why not? Okay, so this is kind of small, kind of tidy. The workflow intro, I think, is still worth having here. And I kind of want a hero. Change this to learn more. And I kind of want to point directly to the guide page. Oh, let's not go there. Let's go here. Well, we'll see. Maybe I'll just leave that alone for now. Okay. So I can list projects. I can list people. Let's just do the live stream thing. That's something I've been meaning to do. So, I mean, I'm on Twitch. Here's Twitch. Here's YouTube. Yes, you can subscribe, but you don't actually know that I stream every Wednesday night. So it might be good to tell people. You know, they can follow me on Twitter and they'll find out there, or LinkedIn, or wherever they might be connected with me. But I feel like that would be the thing worth sharing right now. So we'll just create another section. We'll call this live stream main. Sure. Oof, what keeps happening? That image render is being weird. Wonder if I should just check this out. So I got my image. Do I have my image? I'll give you guys this behind the scenes look. So here's my Discord. I have my own Mid-Journey Discord. So here's that beautiful image I made. We can save it. And we'll save it to wallpapers. And I have an active folder, and we call it house. Pretty cool. And just like that, I can hit R, and it should render. There we go. Now it's just going to see the top of the image for now, but that's okay. I guess we can just straight up call that now on the index. So instead of about me, we could have live streaming. And we're going to see this twice. Yes, we are. But we'll do something different here. I'm trying to think if I have a good picture of me live streaming. I'm sure I do. I could just take a screenshot right now if I wanted to. In fact, as a placeholder, we could. Nope, don't do that. Maybe we'll do something like this. All right, everybody freeze. Although I don't think I'll have chat listed here. Okay, hi. Good enough. Oh man, I look crazy. That's fine. It'll be fine. It's a placeholder. Live streaming. And I'll just go ahead and put that in my... You guys can't see it. I'm doing a little file manipulation over here. Repos. Josh public. So that's called live streaming.png. So this becomes live streaming. Actually, I have it saved. And this is going to be like a 16:9. So I'm trying to just sort of measure with my... I think I can do this. Oh, it's not going to measure for me. Let's see, I could do 7/16:9 ratio where the width is 800. 800 by 450 should be a decent start. Typo. Thank you. These people with screen readers would be like, what is happening? Strumon? Yeah, that would have not made sense. Yeah, look at me. Look at my crazy face. So I just have to decide how I want to phrase this. And we're just going to kind of say, it's probably less. Let's see, we start at 3, maybe we go 2, 3, 4. And then we got 2 options. I kind of want to make like fancy looking buttons, like a subscribe to YouTube button and a subscribe to Twitch button. So let's just do that. I mean, why not? So we have our YouTube icon. It's going to be an anchor tag still. So it should just be, I have links up here. Oh, Inception. Hey, what's going on? We got some people hanging out with us. What's up, Chris? We're doing some Astro work today. And we're kind of in this Inception moment because I'm trying to code about the fact that I live stream while I'm live streaming. So, you know, we're being on brand here today. I guess I'll just copy. We got our YouTube, and we're gonna do a good old target. Blank and rel, no refer. Ooh, that's a lot. Subscribe on YouTube. Yeah, that might be too much, but we're gonna find out. Yeah, they made me a button. How about that? I guess we're gonna create a span, and then we'll put the YouTube icon. Import YouTube icon from icons. Twitch icon should come next. That's the right place. Oh boy. Well, I'm glad you guys are here. We're just playing around with some UI today. I'm working on some website updates. I have an Astro site. So we're playing with Astro components and we're playing with Tailwind. And yes, it sounds, I'm sure I don't have quite as a crazy setup as you, Chris. So I appreciate it. Vanilla Astro. What do you mean by Vanilla Astro? But I mean, I'm not doing anything crazy on top of Astro, if that's what you're wondering. This site was made myself. Other frameworks include Preact. So there's some sign-up logic for people to sign up, and that is done with. And Preact is like a smaller version of React, basically. But yeah, everybody loves us some Astro. And I don't know why. But my NeoVim workflow isn't the greatest when it comes to, we'll just find out here. Let's see, components. Icons.astro. I think I can just do this. Nope, and it'll read it. So I'm thinking we'll just do like the good old brand color website. Play around with YouTube, see if they give us anything worth playing with. We got the YouTube red. We could do a red button with a white icon, although at this point, it probably would be simpler to just create this. So now, little Tailwind magic. We do this color. Is Twitch gonna give me anything better? Yeah, I do like this light color button. So we might do a little purple in the second section. And this, of course, is Twitch. Where's that other color? Let's go on my clipboard. It says it did. And this becomes the Twitch icon. And how about that? Now we got something a little bit shiny. I did set that max width. I don't know if that's going to bother me later. And my spacing is all weird. We'll do a little class, flex, little gap. Then we're going to make that text. Oh, that hover color too. We'll just keep it, I guess, as is. And then where is my text? Text space, text white, text black. Oh, sweet. Chris, I saw you were at React Summit. That's awesome, man. I was watching some of the talks online. It seems like it was a really good time. Ben Holmes, he's a CEO, right? He's one of the co-founders, right? That's really cool. Yeah, and we're in NeoVim today for this, for whoever's asking Tim. So yeah, I'm happy with this. Opens up in a new tab. Opens up in a new tab. Just sort of sending people to the right place. Oh, DevRel. Okay. I have all their names mixed up in my head, apparently. Okay, I've decided though, chat, I do not care for this black on. We're going to do black here, and then I'm going to grab this color, and I'm going to use my favorite site, Color Hexa, and we're just going to find a lighter shade of this that kind of fits within the right family. I think it's a pretty solid red though. So we will grab this kind of peachy color. And I know maybe it's blasphemy, but when I redid my site recently, I didn't integrate light mode yet. That's on me. Or I didn't integrate dark mode. It's all light mode right now. Yeah. Text black, font, bold, font, bold. Fred, yes. Fred would be cool to hang out with, I think. Okay, so this image is feeling kind of big. So let's see. Let's go back to this prompt now and do it with 600. Yeah, that gets a little bit awkward. Is there a number close to 600 that more rounded height? Okay, no, it doesn't know. Do I have to do the math myself? Dang it. Someone's asking me, how do I grab my colors? It's a raycast extension. It is called, let's move this guy out of the way. Color picker. And I got Alt-Shift-C. So you do that and you can pick a color and it puts it in the clipboard. And that's it. Super, super easy to work with. I was using one called Pika, which was really great, but I don't need it now because Raycast does everything. I feel like that's our lives now, at least for me. Raycast just seems to be taking over everything. Hey, thanks, Productive. All right, so there's my crazy face. I'm gonna go ahead and rounded medium. I don't know if I'll keep this, but it is a fun starting off point. I'll probably want to crop that image just a little bit. So we'll just do a little bit of this. Make it nice and pretty. All right. I should take another screenshot when you guys rated me and my number went way up. But that's all right. We have a good time no matter how many people are here. Yeah, Chris, I do appreciate it, man. Always glad to have people hang out with me. I write some Tmux plugins for those that are Tmux fans. So I write some plugins. I do YouTube, so I do content stuff, productivity, development. These are my current focuses. A lot of dot file stuff. This is probably the busiest thing I have. Vim, Homebrew, macOS, GitHub, Tmux. Been playing around with Wes Terminal. That's the terminal emulator you guys are seeing me use. And I'm speaking at NeoVimConf this year. Chris, if you're still here, are you speaking at NeoVimConf this year? Are you going to submit a talk? I haven't seen your name pop up yet. All right, I'm actually going to take this guy, the description. Let's go 6. Yeah, feels good. Still feels like it's kind of a big image. I might have to go down like I was intending to. I could try 400 and 250, but that's going to probably feel small. There's somewhere in the middle. How about 500? 281 feels fine. Ish. Yeah, I think that'll work. And then I gotta actually say what I do about streaming. All right, so we're not gonna do site description. That would be silly. So what do? We code. Coding. Design. Do I game live? Do you guys want to watch me play Spider-Man? Every Wednesday. I'm doing the weekly stream right now, Chris. Coding and designing. This is Raycast. I'm going to toot my own horn. I'm going to be saying Raycast a lot. We need to make a drinking game out of how much I say Raycast. This is a paid feature. You guys aren't seeing the whole thing because it's covered up. But yeah, so I can have conversations. They're saved here and they're searchable. And this is just, so command space is like Spotlight Alternative. And then Alt space is this tool. So very easy to pop up whenever I want. Live every Wednesday at 7 Central Standard Time. I guess I'll just say every Wednesday, I live code and build something like that. Yeah, Tim, it's really great having. It's basically ChatGPT underlying all of that system. From what I think they use a couple of different tools now, but that's pretty much the majority of it. And you can ask like, who is CM Griffing the coder? And they can now search the internet. So it'll search the web and it'll be like, hey, look, known for content on platforms like YouTube and Twitch. He focuses on the softer aspects of software development, such as philosophy and habits. Did you know this? Cool. And see, it can it only does web searching through the quick action, which is a little bit different than this thing. But you can hit Command Space, ask it a question. And it asks questions here. So kind of fun. I also have some local LLMs that are running. So I can like ask questions about my code without having to reach the internet, which is kind of cool. I've got a nice and powerful MacBook that can handle that kind of stuff. So I am liking this. Every Wednesday at 7, I build projects live. I build. You have to pay for ChatGPT 4, so I'm currently not paying extra for 4. I'm using 3.5. So like you pay for the Raycast plan, and then you can pay more for Raycast with GPT-4, which I had decided at the time it wasn't worth the extra cost. But I am very happy with this. I think there's a lot more spacing than needs to be. Yeah. Apparently, at least at the beginning, GPT-4 is quite a bit more expensive for companies to use, meaning like people like Raycast, when they want their customers to use GPT-4, the bill is much higher. And so when they launched the feature, they said, hey, in order for us to not, break the bank, we need to charge you guys like an additional fee on top of the service we provide. But Raycast is free, so you don't have to use the AI feature. In fact, I have an Olama feature where I can chat with Olama and I can ask it questions. And so Olama is one of my local LLMs. So you can kind of work your way around it. Or I think they even have a feature where you can, or like a third-party extension where you can put your own API key in and use some third-party tool to interact with ChatGPT. But that, of course, isn't quite as handy as this feature. All right, so let's get rid of that. About me. Feature, create about me and live streaming sections on the homepage. I'll go ahead and push this just in case. And for those that want to stick around, my website is open sourced, and I do end up creating a pull request usually from these streams. And so you can kind of see all of the things I ended up doing while we were here together. Yeah, so how has Olama stuff been for me? It's been all right. I'm not using it a whole lot. I'm still trying to find ways to like use it while I don't have it running right now, but it just lives in your up here in your system tray, right? And then if we like do space bracket, I can say ask, how would you say this to sell people on doing it? And it will run, and I don't know how quickly it will run, and this might be a bad live demo, but there you go. That wasn't too bad. Never miss out on our latest content. Joining a community of like-minded individuals. Personalized recommendations. Yeah. So, it's fine. I think you can hit, what do you do? In this case, I can like copy it and then I forget. I'm not good with this tool yet. So I'm like, I guess you just quit that window. But there's ways you can like replace code and all sorts of stuff like that. And maybe I'll get better at it. Yeah, we got lots of lurkers most of the time, productive time. There are people that are straight up honest with me, and they'll come in once on a multi-hour stream, and they'll be like, "Yeah, I'm just going to be sitting here in the background. I'm not going to be a part of it," and that's fine. Happy you're here either way. All right, so I'm pretty happy with this. We'll just leave that there. I think the next big thing is, and the thing that kind of sells me as a content creator, is the Tmux plugins I've written. So for those that don't know, I've written this one. It's a smart Tmux session manager, and it uses Zoxide, which is like a smart jump to directory tool, and merges it with Tmux sessions and allows me to create multiple sessions. So I can do like dot files, and just like that, I'm in my dot files. And if I want to be in a certain folder, like my fish folder where I configure my projects, I can do things like that, where now I have a session for all my fish configurations. And you'll notice that NeoVim popped up by default and asked me what file I wanted to open. So there's some cool features that have been added to it over time. Like ABBR is a popular one. And I can just close the session and it'll go right back to the one that I was at. So pretty cool. The other one is the Python 3. We'll do a couple of things here. What else can I do? Z shell. And so all of these little icons are Tmux windows. And so I wrote a plugin that you can translate window names and convert them to nerdfont icons. And I like to use emojis, so like emojis can be put in place. And so those are the two that I kind of actively work on. And then the third one is a fork, but I'm going to probably still mention it, is I can hit a keyboard shortcut to open URLs in the terminal. So I hit Command O, and these URLs show up, and I can be like, hey, I want number 3, and it'll present it to me. So we probably just make a content type, is my guess. And then I could create individual pages for it if I wanted to, which I'm still thinking might be a good thing to do. So let's close out of that, and we can take a look at Yazi. This is the new file manager I've been playing around with. Some people on here are part of my Discord server. We've been talking about this. So we got like source, content, config. But I don't find it super intuitive yet, because the keys I use a tool called LF, which is very similar. And let's see, this is the way I'm used to working with this code. So we have guides, we have categories, we have posts. And so we're just going to create a new one. And we'll just call this project. And I'm trying to decide if it's content or just data. So I'll probably keep it as content. For those that don't know the difference, you can create like YAML files and reuse those for whatever it is that you're trying to do when you have like repetitive content. kind of like a CMS with code, and then content are markdown files. So you can have YAML as like front matter on the markdown file, and then you can put anything in the markdown below and you can render it. So I think for now I'll keep it as projects. I think that should be good. And for those that have been on stream with me before, I have a SQL database that I have attached to this repo that I can actually add new entries to, and it gets included in the build. So there's a high chance that I'll connect to that some way. Oh, sweet. Bringing up fuzzy URL plugin. I'll check it out. Maybe that was recent. I've been keeping my eye on it, but I'll have to go look at it. Thanks for the heads up. All right, so let's just, repo is a string optional. The title of the project, the repo of the project, the description of the project, the image of the project. I don't know if I'm going to do images. Actually, I guess it would be useful. A couple days ago. Okay. Oh, you did it. Okay, thanks. Yeah, were you the one that reached out? You reached out to me recently, I think, about that. I've just been trying to focus on other projects this week. All right, so there's our projects. That's all it takes. So all you have to do now is create a projects directory. And in that, we're going to create a tsmart. And we'll call this MDX. Is it MDX? Yeah. And then we'll do a tmux nerd font window name. My goofy thumbnail. So that's this one, .mdx, and then fuzzy URL. So MDX. Yeah, and so config. We decided these are the names of the things. The Smart Tmux Manager. So this is that YAML front matter that I talked about. This has been around quite a while. If you've used older projects like Jekyll, you've probably seen this before. And then we're just going to say Josh Radesky /T Smart Session Manager. And then I guess I should probably come up with maybe some sort of slogan. I guess I'll just use the one I have. I shouldn't have to, I don't have to wrap these in quotes. We'll find out if that dash introduces an issue. And then I already have an image, so I could go into posts. Oh no, assets. Content, assets. Oh, it's up above that. Okay. So assets, posts. And then like, I think it's just like Smart Tmux. So for now, that's our project. Yeah, dude, I'm so happy that you helped fix it. Thanks a lot. I only recently introduced that feature, and I was a little bit worried about how it would work with like the way people choose to put aliases in their project, like gsconfig. Oh, is it even going to be here? maybe I don't have a TS config in this project, but yeah, that can be something that becomes an issue. But when it works, it works. And for those that don't know, it like captures GitHub. It knows when something is a GitHub project, which I might as well just wrap this in quotes just for the sake of getting that tool to work. So if I hit O, it knows that this is a GitHub project because it's repo slash, owner slash repo, which is kind of cool that you can hit Command O and be like, oh, hey, here's a GitHub project. All right, so that's the first one. Let's just go ahead and repeat the process. Fuzzy URL. Fuzzy, quickly open. I don't have an image for this yet. So and then you can't comment that out. Okay. And then let's try that again. And I do have, let's see, I want assets posts. And then I got Tmux, nerd font window name thumb. All right, so here's the next step in when you use content. In this case, we're going to call these projects. So now we go back to the index page. And we're going to create a new one called projects. And I might as well just take this guy and we'll complete it and call it projects. And I might create a projects page, but because I just kind of want to drive the homepage or make the homepage more interesting and more informative, that's the plan right now. So I totally acknowledge that I may want to extend that in the future, and that's fine. So let's see, wrapper. What I notice is I have to close. Sometimes I have to close NeoVim when I create a new file. Astro's like, I don't know what this is. I can't help you. We don't need those icons. We don't need the image there. We do want to call these projects. Maybe we'll text center this and we'll make a little paragraph that says, here are some helpful projects, open source projects I've built. And we'll do some sort of loop here. And we're going to get collections. So we just call this projects and we're going to say, what are we going to say? We're going to say, oh wait, get collection projects. And let's fix that O. Collection. And we'll bring that guy in and we'll do a little map. Projects. Let's project.name. Is it name? Project.data, right. Title. Now, what else do I have to work with? I got body. Right, we got body, but I'm not going to deal with that today. Let's just see if this worked. So what we should see, get rid of all these tabs, is projects is not defined. Oh, right. Let's go ahead and get it on the index page. Index. And let's import projects. This guy, front matter does not match the collection. Images required. No, it's not. All right, so let's just go to Astro. And we'll do collections. Can I do like optional? Collection option. Hey, sweet Garland, thanks for the shout out, man. Appreciate you. NeoVim TMUX, that's where we're at. Make sure to come to a NeoVim Conf. It's free. It's going to be December 8th. I'll be talking about some more there. And I've got some new YouTube videos coming out soon that I'm excited to share with you guys for more productivity hackery. It'll be fun. In fact, because you're so nice and you reached out, I'm going to show you the tip that I have found that is just incredibly helpful to me. We talked about it in the early stream, but I'm going to just briefly mention what it is and how it works. So this is how it works. Go to file. If we go to dot files and we go to file, we're going to find it here in the Vim config. Are we in Vim? This is a custom command where I go to telescope and this new tool I've been using called Smart Open. Now, this isn't my Smart Open, which if you guys have been following me, you know I'm kind of working on a telescope plugin on the side. This is not that. This is someone else's. And it does a really good job at like sorting using multiple factors, like when you last opened a file, how often you open a file, things like that. So it kind of combines different concepts into one algorithm. That's not the hack, although I do recommend you check this out. So it's called Smart Open. But the trick is that this command here, go to file, you can, when you're in Vim, you can do plus go to file, and it will automatically run it. Now, this is a little bit hacky, but it works really, really well once you set it up. The WES term config, WES, if I can type WES term config. When I hit Command P, let's find it, Command P. When I type Command P, it automatically types : go to file, and then hits return. So that's what it does. So now Command P becomes this. And I have a whole video on how I do that with Alacrity. So the principles are basically the same. But what I love the most is when we go to fish and we look at the abbreviations, I have another one where if I type : go to file and hit enter, the fish will interpret that and go, oh, hey, you're trying to do something in NeoVim. So I'm just going to go ahead and run in Vim plus go to file and hit enter. And so what that means is while I'm inside of my buffer here, this is fish, and all I have to do is hit Command P. It automatically opens up NeoVim with find files, which is cool. I really love it. The other thing I do is Command F. So Command F would be, I want to find something in the project. And so if I do that, it opens up live grep and I can search for something and go to it directly. So the Command P and Command F are like always there, and it's readily available, and it's really, really fast. And I'm trying to figure out my best way to convey that in a YouTube video. But basically what that means is I never, ever, 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 ever type the letters in Vim and hit enter. I don't ever do that, which is great. I just hit Command P or Command F. So hopefully that's cool. Hopefully you find that interesting. I find it interesting. And that's my way of getting to things lightning fast, blazing fast, as we say. Copying entries to clipboards. Good question. There's no reason why you probably couldn't map something of your own to it if you wanted to. You could also, as others are suggesting, do some sort of index. How is this going to work? You can select things in Tmux and add it to your clipboard through Tmux's tooling. I would be curious to find out what your use case is. If you feel like telling us more about the use case, maybe I could give you some advice. But that's an interesting idea. I've never thought to do something like that. But maybe you could do like Control C or Control Y or something, and that could do a yank on entry. But it would take some scripting, I think. I don't think it's going to be a one-liner. So this guy is missing everything. Maybe that's what's wrong. Maybe, just maybe. I lost Tmux fuzzy URL. Tmux fuzzy URL. And then what did we say? Quickly open URLs. Something like that. We're going to delete that. And let's find out if it shows up. Image is still required. All right, so let's go back to what we were doing. The image shouldn't be required anymore. It should be optional. Let's see if I've already done that here. Probably the config file. Config. Optional. Did I not put optional? Did I lose optional? It got put in the wrong place. I guess this is technically optional too. Maybe I'll have a project that goes somewhere else. What's up, Mark? Mark is here, everybody. Mark is a member of the Discord server. You can go to my website to learn more about that, which I might as well, let's see. For those that want a reference of what we've been doing today, this is my website. I'm pretty active on Twitter right now, or X, and got a Discord server where we're having all sorts of conversations around Tmux and terminal emulators and NeoVim and shells and keyboards and all sorts of fun stuff. So if you feel like joining us there, that would be fun. All right. So I think I just made a boo-boo, and I think that got fixed. Projects. There are my projects. So we're off to the right start. Go ahead and close that. And then now I just want to sort of style things. Projects. So we're going to call this data, and then we're going to give it a title, and we're going to give it a repo, and we're going to give it a I wonder if I could just do this. What is missing here? Parenthesis. And then this guy takes a repo or undefined. We're going to go ahead and I'm going to just say that this is not optional. Yeah. So pretty cool. This is not supposed to be there. And we'll give this another section. And we'll give this a grid of, let's see, we'll flex, call, gap 4, and then on medium breakpoints, we're going to do grid call 2, and then on large breakpoints, we'll do grid call 3. And let's just get rid of this image altogether. We don't need this. We don't need this. Actually, I guess I can just make this a one-liner, and my grid is not working. Medium grid. Is it grid call? It should be grid call, right? Let's give grid calls. Is that what I said? Grid calls. Ugh. And I actually know that if these aren't sorted automatically to the end, they're not kind of set up correctly. So if you watch, I'm going to hit save, and it's going to move all these classes, and it puts them in order: medium, large. So that should be it. Yep. But just as I suspected, I'm going to get some spacing issues. So I might find a better way. So like here, even here, it's not great. Is this really at 200? Dude, let's go. I feel like it was just at 100. Can you like chart these? I guess there's other people who have. Dude, this thing is skyrocketing. I'm excited. Yeah, calls. Mark was telling me, and I wasn't looking at chat. I don't love the way this looks, to be honest. I might go ahead and do a quick sort. No, not a sort. What do I want to do? I want to part of me is thinking it would be fun to put it in a grid and like put them in a row and like stagger the row. That might be fun. Maybe I'll just keep it simple for now. And I'll be like, hey, this should be the max width of 600. This might be a reasonable start. Yeah, sure. Why not? That is good enough for me on stream. I'm going to only probably go till another half hour on this stream. So far I'm pretty happy with what we've come up with so far. It's not like the most amazing looking thing ever, but I was thinking, let's go ahead and commit what we've done. And for those that wondered, wait, you just put in repo and you got the number of stars and like this just worked? Like, whoa, what happened? I have a whole live stream where we built this feature together. And so I query the GitHub API and I ask for these credentials on the repo, and then I store the data on a SQLite database, which I mentioned earlier. And so the values like 221, 10, 72, these are just stored. They're just stored on the repo right now. And there's like a week buffer. There's like a week where I wait to fetch for new data. So like every week that I build, I'll ask for new, I'll check these usually. And yeah, so this is a simple way just to get started. So those are projects. And then let's restart. Why does this not like, there we go. See, I'm telling you guys, NeoVim Astro is not the best. So we have these 3 projects. I'm just gonna go ahead and do this. Feature update. Live stream. Wording. Config. Project. So we'll say feature add projects to homepage, and then we'll say update DB. So it's a SQLite file, so I just store it in version control. And add about on top, add live stream announce. Next, about live stream, add projects. That's it for now. This will give me a Netlify preview, which you can all see if you want to see it. I'll go ahead and share that in a minute or two. Mark, you might be right. Flex, should flex be flex calls? No, it's call. I don't think flex call is a thing, no. Good question though, flex call. I bet this is why call and calls, I bet that was what threw my brain off. But it's flex call. And this should look good on a smaller breakpoint, but we might as well just do a quick little test. And look at that, that's wrong. So live streaming should be flexed. And then flex call, and then on me small, we do flex row. So that should stack it. And then the same kind of thing goes here. We say flex call, and then small will flex row. I guess when you click this, maybe we should go somewhere. I'm thinking that we could swap these, and then I could down here do something similar, but it won't be a fancy button. It'll just say view. Let's get rid of these. View previous live streams. And we're going to do a little text primary 500 underline and margin top. And we don't need the icon. And then I'm thinking a little drag and drop. Never killed anybody, right? So once we get here, this definitely needs to be its own thing. And I don't love that. Oh boy. So I guess this is what? Small, what do we call this? When we do the break, we'll do it on medium. So at least for now, or maybe we do large. No? Oh, this is the wrong guy. This one. We'll start at maybe medium. So nice and crispy. Large. Keep it like that. And then show it. Yeah, that's fine with me. And then this guy will be margin top 4, margin left 2, 8, small. Why isn't the margin working? Ugh, I always have to do this. Inline block. Yeah. So let's do that. And I think that's what was throwing off my spacing. All right. Maybe I'll just always center this. What do you think, chat? We convert it from an inline block to just a block element. That looks good. Yep. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. I like it. That's not perfect. I could like center all of this text. Maybe I'll text center and then on large, I'll text right. Nope, not right. That would be crazy. Wrong language. Oh, nice. I do have the Tailwind LSP. That's how like I'm able to like capital K will tell me what this is, and then if you notice I was typing and it like gave me results, this is the LSP. All right, so projects. Let's make sure this looks okay. We're doing all right. Yeah, and it breaks. And then the course. And then the posts. The posts I kind of wanted to do last for now, because I mean, if you want to see posts, you go to the posts page, right? If you want to see videos, you go to the video page. So this fold is looking pretty good. Yeah, the LSP has gotten way better for those that are in chat talking about it. It's gotten so much better. I think right now the thing that's standing out to me is I don't love the style in which I'm doing this. So it's going to be like padding top 16 and then padding top. There's like a couple ways around this. Actually, let's first do this. So I was going to try to create a little bit of flair. And the ways that I can think about doing that is Tailwind UI is a really great site. I am a paid member. And so they give us components. So you have like hero sections where, ooh, there's this like really pretty gradient, right? In the background, you'll see this grid that might feel and look familiar to you because I'm using something very similar here. And so they give me some patterns. Dark mode, yeah, no dark mode. I can add dark mode soon. This one's kind of cool. This like line that just drawn down and it goes through the like picture thing that's going on here. So that would be interesting to figure out what that does and how that works. So depending on, it's an image coming from them. So it's an SVG file that I could download. And this is the live stream probably. Interesting. I could definitely do that if I wanted. I don't think it's for me this time. Let's see if anything else stands out. There are some like call to action sections. So I know that this is just some of the examples. This I thought would also be fun, a sort of grid, which I did something kind of like that on my about page. This is just something that I photoshopped. It's not like a fancy grid system or anything. It's just something I put together. But it is cool. That line is trendy. That's what they're wanting to use right now. Featured. Lots of similar looking things. I know I'm going fast, but I'm just trying to get a sense of what feels good and what doesn't. CTA, that's always important. I am using something similar to this already on the site. That could be pretty cool though. Boxing it in like that would look slick. Yeah, so just things to think about, I guess, for now. That's actually pretty cool too. Look at that grid as well. Which I have a whole bank of, well, let's just go to it. Previous live streams. This needs to be this page. So we need to fix that. And streams specifically, I could show these images like using Bun with Astro and GitHub in the terminal and look, designing my blog with Astro and Tailwind. So we've done a lot of this work on stream. We've developed telescope stuff. I'm trying to like make them seem kind of interesting. And so like AI generated color schemes, that one was kind of interesting. So I'm thinking I could make a gallery that looks like this example we were looking at, where I have like multiple images that sort of create some interesting, maybe asymmetrical shape. I don't think I'll have time in today's stream to do that, but that would be a good improvement, I think. And so rather than just like one random moment of me, let's go back, of me like this. I could try something different. So we'll see. I think that could be really fun. Maybe even like the latest live stream photo or thumbnail could automatically get added if I was clever enough in the way that I designed it. I've always thought that would be fun. And then if I'm currently live streaming, I actually had to cancel a live stream like a couple months ago. I think some of you might have been here, but like I started a stream and I immediately had to go do something. It was like a minor emergency with a family member, and so they're okay, and when it was dealt with. But I was planning on building a whole live stream page, where if you click on it, you could watch the live stream on my website, and you could see like the little red circle that says now live, click here to view, that kind of thing. And so I really like the new view transitions API. So let's just go ahead and show that off a little bit. We got to go to settings. We got to reduce motion. Motion needs to be turned off. And check this out. When we go to posts and I go to a specific post, we have view transitions. How pretty is this? And so there's definitely more to be desired here. Or even this is the, if anyone wants to watch how this got done, this is the live stream. And so this was really fun to build. So like with learn more, maybe it makes sense that this image goes to the about me page, maybe. I have a couple of ideas actually with that. With live streaming, I kind of want you to be able to click on this. So I think I should still make something like this clickable, but maybe you click to it and it goes to a /live page where I think you can embed Sterime. Including clips. I guess everything would be fun. I've got a few minutes left here. What does this take? You have an embed, you have a JavaScript file, you have embed code, and the channel, and the parent site. Okay, so this is like only a few minutes to embed. You don't even need, I don't think you need anything else. It's gonna get trippy. We're gonna have another moment of inception chat. We're gonna see what happens. All right, so I kind of want to play around with it. Let's just see what happens if I go to here. I don't know, like go here. Twitch embed.astro. Monster Cat, no. Josh Medeski, please. joshmedeski.com. So I get it. I don't really need any of that stuff. All right. That's it. All right, so then what do I need to do? Let's go ahead and start closing these. Closing these. Live streaming. Twitch embed. Twitch embed. Is this one of those things that I gotta frickin' live streaming? Ugh. All right. Does that just work? No, it doesn't. Oh yeah, but it is localhost. I don't know if that has something to do with it. Let's see. Console. Can I put localhost 8888? 8888. Domains that use Twitch and much use SSL, where cards are embedded users to verify where they use their product using a special parameter parent, depending on the integration. Embeds Twitch approved player elements. Embeds must adhere to recommended minimum height and width requirements in the respective attribute table. Everything. So I don't mind the width and height. So probably don't have enough time in today's chat to get this fully working, but it would be pretty cool even just to drive people to watch my streams. I'm sure these buttons could be made a little bit better. Let's see, where are we at with the breakpoints? It's only for a little bit of the breakpoint. And then it definitely just squishes up here. That's from those elements. All right, so we're going to do a quick footer on these guys. We're going to flex wrap. Wait, it is flex wrap. So why isn't it wrapping? Oh, that's those. That's these. There we go. Not great. Flex wrap space X. This needs to be gap. Okay. That works for me. And then this top guy. Index, about me. This needs that same flex call, and then like medium flex, probably small. And then we'll do a text center and a small text left. And I could apply that to this whole area. Text center, small, text right. Ah, funny. All right. I keep doing it. All right, left. And then it'll bloop, 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 bloop. Yeah, that works for me. And this guy definitely needs to get smaller. So this should just be text medium. Yep, that's fine. Learn more about me. Subscribe to YouTube. Or that's supposed to say Twitch. See, this is why we do this together. This is YouTube. One is YouTube, one is Twitch. Twitch. YouTube. Previous streams should go to the streams page. Yeah, so these are the previous streams. Projects. There's project 1, there's project 2, and there's project 3. And then I still am selling, the dev workflow intro, and I'm showing off some posts. But what I could do to make this even simpler and call it a night is not hide the CTA and just close the CTA. So the CTA shows up on the bottom of all my pages. And so really all I have to do is decide that that's at the end of the site. I get that it's can be a strong selling point, but it's been out for months now, so it's not the main thing I want to press people to see and to look at. So this is pretty bare bones. It could use some fancier, things could be done to it for sure. I think I love the way that image rounding looks. So maybe we'll just make it square or small. Yep. And that's off to a good start. So my hope is that more people, explore the site better and know that I live stream. That just wasn't even mentioned before. And then again, calling out my projects. So I'm happy with this. I think this is a nice addition to the site. It's not perfect. I can work on this again in the future. Let's see. We're gonna feature fix typos and adjust for mobile. And that pull request will have a link. So if we want to click on this one, this is a preview of the site and it's looking pretty good. So we can see that there's some elements we changed that aren't quite pushed yet. But I don't see anything wrong with this. I'm feeling pretty confident about it. So I will probably just merge it as is tonight. And yeah, this was fun. So thanks guys for coming. I had a good time. You're welcome to head out, but if you want to be on the Discord server, go to the website and you'll see a little Discord link at the top. And maybe that's the next thing that I put on the homepage, call that out so that people know to join. But other than that, I had a good time. Thanks, shout out to Chris for rating me and bringing in a bunch of people. That was a fun time. And yeah, this has been fun. So I'll see you guys next week.